XL in Danish.
I swear I will hurt all of you.
We're going to do an excellent job at this session.
You know? You know what? Fine. Go fight the Nightmare King. By all means. You think you can handle it.
The Nightmare King?
I mean, there's one similar thing between XL and me. You can call both of us Microsoft.
Yes, I shouldn't have unmuted stream yet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Lord. It's going to be one of those days.
And you love it.
All them nice folk.
Yeah.
Yep. This will definitely be edited out of the YouTube video.
I mean,
But-
you'd rather... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just about to say, you'd rather have us be fun and taking the piss, rather than us all just being boring accountant-type people.
Let's play humans and tax.
Boring account type people. Okay. I see the link there.
I don't know. I don't do American jokes. I'm Danish.
Goodness.
Let us play the game of life. Ah, damn it, I lost.
Hey, that kind of looks like our stream analytics. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive in. So, when last we saw our heroes, Nate the Human Ranger, Gobs the Goliath Warlock, Othokent the Lizard Folk, Life Domain Cleric, Talah the Half-Orc Druid, and Abraham the Human Wizard. I'm going to go a little bit more in-depth on our recap, because for some reason, somebody, and we're not naming names, had severe computer issues and power issues the last time that... I hate all of you. Absolutely all of you.
But I haven't said anything.
Yeah, but you support them and love them.
Ah, well, shit.
But the last time we did a session, somebody was having a lot of computer issues, so the VOD was very corrupted. So if you did not watch it live, there was no episode 48 or 47 posted to our YouTube channel.
But
So
we're
just
working really, really hard to fix that. Right?
Sure I am. Of course I am. So just in case it takes longer than expected, it's not going to happen. I'm going to give a little bit more in-depth recap here, which was the group got up for breakfast. Othokent had a very interesting dream the night before and took it upon himself to stray away from the group to head over to what is now being known as the Temple Ward, previously known as the Necromancy Ward. To do some research to try to understand what he saw in his dreams a bit better. During that time frame, while he was off gallivanting in religious circles and all of that fun that comes with that, the rest of the group proceeded to pursue various different things. First and foremost, Abraham and Talah decided to go get Lily and to go to visit Lily. Upon arriving at the Tower of Gilgamesh, there was a giant press conference. For some reason that I still don't understand, Talah thought it would be a great idea to turn into a horse. Abraham then mounted said horse and rode said horse through the press to get inside the tower. They heard a few conversations about some of the politics going on around the siege of the Free People's Ward. So the arbiters of war were mentioned, and what they are, the people still do not know. All of our players don't know that yet. Upon getting inside, they went up to the top of the tower. Abraham teleported. Talah took the rocket elevator because she likes to say "wee" and do that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then they met up with Lily, who they then took out of the tower to go visit her aunt, Abraham's sister. They stayed there. They had a great time drinking tea, having cookies. And then things did get a little awkward because Lily started delving into her aunt's medical knowledge about reproductive systems, which made Abraham uncomfortable, and then started talking about things called thermobarics and the compressibility of organic life, which made everyone else a bit nervous, and they figured she'd learned enough for the day before they proceeded home. Our other two friends, Nathaniel and Gobs, made their way to the library, which we all know the most exciting things in life happen in a library, am I right? To look up a very specific book that may have information about the Nightmare King and the relative information thereof. They were able to go to the library at the High Arcanum. Goodness, my brain's going to stop working. The university, the magic university that's there in the High Ward. When they went there, they were able to get the special permission slip to enter the vault where the book is kept because of its age and rarity. And a very posh man helped them change into clean suits, or gave them clean suits to change into, and then retrieved the book and turned the pages for them. They learned a great deal about the background of the Nightmare King and how powerful he really is. And then, upon completing said research, they made their way back home. At that same time, Othokent returned, looking incredibly distraught, which both Talah and Nathaniel picked up on. And from there, Othokent was not ready to divulge that knowledge and just sadly went to bed on his own. And that's what happened in the last episode. That totally exists in a recording I'm totally somehow going to fix and totally going to post one day.
Totally.
Nice.
But as we wake up the next morning, Abraham, there is a knock on your door.
Yeah, you know, after you split Gobs in half.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that
Mhm.
is one thing that did.
It was just a
indeed
minor
happen.
thing.
Yeah,
I-
I
Abraham.
totally didn't have to use Revivify or anything.
Yeah, the big thing that happened there is that Abraham, there was a thought that using banishment might be able to separate Gobs from the extra planar void creature that is inside of her. And it just did it horrifically violently because banish sends you to your home plane, and since Gobs was from the plane we're on, and the void thing is not, it got sent to its home plane. She got sent to a quote unquote what do they call it, a
Demiplane.
neutral, yeah, demiplane. What's a harmless demiplane? The
Yeah.
problem is that when you take one person and rip them in twain, it's not as harmless. The plane was harmless, just the act of getting there was harmless. So she literally got bifurcated as the organism that is her arm has delved in. It's like pulling the root system out of the dirt. You're going to take a lot of the dirt with it, right? If you were to pull a tree out of the ground, you pull a bunch of dirt up with it. Same kind of thing happened. And she had to be resurrected. And then after that traumatic event, wanted to take a nap. But right at the break of dawn, even before Othokent has begun to get up, Abraham, there is a knock on your door.
Knock on Abraham's door.
Mhm.
Okay. Had a thought, looking something up real quick.
Knock, knock, knocking.
How
on
do I
Abraham's
spell
door.
disintegrate?
Yes, how done. Disintrega. Ah, okay. I go to answer it. I'm ready. I just looked it up. Thank you. So I go to answer it.
Give me just a second.
How do I spell disintegrate?
Jeez, are we all just gonna look at how to
I'm
do
looking up
disintegrate?
I'm looking up how to pronunciate Gaius properly.
I think you just did.
Geas.
It was a joke while I was stalling while I was giving our new viewer our YouTube link in case they wanted to catch up on the campaign.
Right.
As you open the door, you see a fairly disheveled looking Gobs standing at the door.
Yes, Gobs. Are you doing
Hey,
okay?
yeah, I got a message from an old coworker, and I'm I got to step out for the next day or two. I'm gonna.
Can we help?
I've got to go into some places and talk to some people that large groups of people they don't know would make them very suspicious. Because I'm gonna go dig up some information. I think it's about time we start putting some effort towards finding those resources we're looking for, and
All right.
I've got a line on a couple of really ugly ladies whose hearts we could steal. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
go dig some information up on that. Oh, as a note, some of that other weird stuff, those metals and stuff I've never heard of before that come from those special planes. Remember those?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. This friend of mine, coworker, it's somebody I did a contract with. Let me just say this: they gave me word that the only real way in or out of the world right now is by going to the Fey Realm or the Shadowfell and then going to the other planes of existence, right? Well, the Fey Realm's kind of not touching the planar, the prime material plane right now. So I'm also going to see if I can't figure out where some way into the Shadowfell is. Because I think if we're going to go after that special gold and that weird air metal stuff that doesn't make any sense to me, we're gonna have to figure out a fun way to get there. So I'm gonna go do some digging, and I'm gonna go to some places I wouldn't want to take. Well, it's mainly Nate, because you know how he is. You'd be fine. Talah would be fine. Nate would. I think it would really mess up his worldview if he knew places like this exist. He cries
All
enough
right.
as it is. So
Okay. Well, give us a
And I'll-
call if you have any problems.
yeah. All right. Have a good one.
You too. Stay safe. Don't kill anybody that don't deserve it.
Now, I haven't done that in a. All right, I'll try. And he leaves. Shortly thereafter, Othokent would be the next person to wake up, as he always does right before the dawn.
Of course.
It's a new dawn.
Well, yeah, that's what the DM just said, you dingus.
It's a new day.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
No.
Well, hello, Chuckles.
I'll go do my prayers to make sure I have my spells.
Oatmeal, and pancakes.
Yeah,
All right,
pancakes.
give me that survival check.
You mean my oatmeal check?
Uh-huh.
Do you have a pancakes check?
Nope. Do you?
No.
Yes, oatcakes and pan meal.
All right, you're to make your usual high grade oatmeal. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me. Is anybody not partaking of the oatmeal?
Me. I'm eating the pancakes.
You're not eating both?
No.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Othokent, you
Pip
eating both?
knows.
Yes.
And lastly, Abraham, are you eating both?
He eats the oatmeal and has a bit of pancake. Pancakes, it's too heavy for him, so
All right.
doesn't want to
Everybody
ruin his-
except for Talah, you take 4 temporary hit points.
Woo.
Yay.
Talah's
All
just
right.
not a fan of oatmeal, so if there's choice, she's gonna take the other choice.
But you can put cinnamon sugar on it and berries, and you can roll it up inside of the pancake.
It's a texture thing.
Yeah, I'm actually.
That's how the relationship ends over oatmeal.
No. This is how it
Yeah.
continues for 25 years with love just trailing off over the years until they stay together simply because they don't know what other option is. So now that we're all depressed about the families we grew up in,
Wow.
let's talk about what happens next.
What the hell, man?
Hey, you played the challenge out there, all right?
What challenge?
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
You brought this on yourself. Make another Excel joke and let's see how many of your family members make it through the day.
Well, I have a different joke that I discovered that I still have on my sheet. I remember putting that in at some point for some reason. So, there you go. I don't know why that's on my sheet. I
Roll
don't
20
remember.
chat and rolls are hidden on stream view, by the way.
No, they're not.
He just fixed it.
I don't know why I put that on my sheet. I just remember doing that at some point.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. But it's morning. You guys are enjoying a good breakfast. Gobs is notably absent. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna start making plans for making oatmeal pancakes.
That sounds awful.
Talah's
I
gonna
am-
knock on
What?
Gob's door unless Abraham has told us that she's out.
That's like making a vegan steak. Why would you do that?
Oatcakes exist.
Yeah, and they're
Gobs
awful.
isn't here. She's gone to do some fact finding in the darkest places of society.
Oh. Okay.
Huh.
What the
As long as you didn't go to protect her ex-girlfriend.
She says she's got some information to find about the materials we need to finish our quest.
Right. Let's just hope that the cat doesn't find her.
Yeah, that too.
Well, she could just eat the cat. You know. Consume
Then
it
again,
whole.
she actually can. That arm still scares me.
Yeah. But removing that from her is not a good idea, as we saw yesterday.
Honestly, out of the things that might potentially scare me, I rate that on a 6 at this point.
I'm just glad that I am able to do what I did. Because otherwise it would have been a real big problem, because you weren't home.
Speaking of which, what happened yesterday?
So, Abraham and Gobs were experimenting with separating her and her arm from each other using, what was it, banishment?
Yes, she said she wanted to experience. Well, she described that when she was at Dryden's place that she found a room that allowed her to experience void, a place of it was similar to that. And I was like, well, if you need a private place to go, I could always just banish you. You'll go to a demi-plane where you'll be alone and no other interference. Well, the arm went somewhere else than Gobs, and when I realized what exactly happened, I brought them back by ending the spell, and they were split in half. The
Yeah.
arm went somewhere else, and Gobs went somewhere else separately.
So basically, Gobs was dead. Yeah, that was a very expensive little test.
Yeah.
Speaking of
That,
ex- Well, anyways, I gotta go shopping.
what?
And it's
Well,
definitely
what-
something that I do not want to experience again, because that was horrifying.
It was a mistake. Gobs agreed to it.
Right.
I'm just going to say now we have to be pretty careful in case anyone ever wants to try and cast banishment on Gobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we can at least take the fact that we found out before someone else did.
That indeed.
Dear Lord.
Should she
Um,
be running around right now?
I don't know, but she's already gone, and I doubt we're gonna be able to find her.
Gobs is usually good at those things. Talah, does that mean you don't have the gemstones to cast Revivify in case you need them?
Well, that means that I spent the one that I had. Yes.
Ah, well, Othokent's gonna reach into his bag and grab 3 diamonds and put them over the table. There you go.
Oh wow.
Oh, thanks.
Well, you remember before we went to get the Ring of 3 Wishes, I prepared for such.
I remember. I had one on me, and
I had 3, and the spell scroll.
so how many do you still have now?
2, and a spell scroll.
Okay.
I guess doctors are well paid.
Well, out of all the money we've been given, I've been just saving up my part of it. Except when we needed to buy things for everyone else, I threw whatever I had left in the pool.
Oh yeah, the pool. I do wonder what's left in that right now.
I have no idea.
I don't
Looks
All I know
over
is
the void.
all I know is I have roughly 60 gold to my name, and you know what? Whole things considered, that's plenty.
Yeah, I have about double that left.
So we didn't really get into it yesterday that much, but did you find anything on the Nightmare King?
Oh,
I remember you
yes.
saying that there was a whole process to get a book or something, but
Let's check the VOD. Oh,
I mean, we could put the information in an
Mhm.
Excel sheet.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
I learned some things that I'd rather not have learned, but I guess is probably best I did. Lots of history I'd rather not have known, but it has given me a clue.
He seemed very upset when you got home.
Well, let's just say the implications of what happened to my race because of an age-old invasion attempt is not really pleasant.
Oh,
Which reminds me, how good do you guys feel about having potential beef with Shah?
What?
name. Can't she even do anything right now with the dome?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
Shah.
You mean
But
the goddess?
yes,
Who is Shah?
The goddess of darkness.
Oh, that sounds bad. Please no.
Basically, the what is it? The enemy of Seluna or something?
that as well.
And her sister.
She's not very popular. Lafanta doesn't like her either.
Well, neat.
Well, I'm asking because if you don't want to have beef with her, I'll have to do this on my own.
I will go with you, but I want to go shopping first, like I said.
That's okay. That's okay.
Nate, with that religion check, you know that like she's spoken of almost like the boogeyman at times, but there are some people who follow her. Not the most kind and forgiving, right? It's not like the god of night, it's the god of darkness and the spooky things that walk around in that darkness. It's not that she wants it to be dark, she wants it to there to be the absence of light is
Right.
a better descriptor for her.
So that sounds like we kind of want to go hang out with Auntie Soul of Summer, right?
What?
Why?
That's bright and warm and like
Oh,
Shah
it's,
can't touch her, right?
I mean,
it's
I'm
not.
still coming to terms with the fact that apparently the soul of summer and the heart of winter and all of them are basically my family members.
Yeah, that's why I called her Auntie.
As much as I might want to broach the different kind of Fey Lords to assist us in this, I'll give a nice reminder that Lafanta's own chosen were brought into darkness by this bitch.
Right. So What exactly do you intend to do?
Well, my plan is to try and succeed where they failed. And try and free my kindred from the bonds they don't know they're under. Even if they might not like it.
So you want to free some other followers of Lathander?
Well, in a sense. Also, there's apparently a concealed entrance to the Shadowfell. That's unpleasant.
Wait,
The Shadowfell?
to
Mhm.
directly to here?
Well, not to the city of Gilgamesh, but this plane, yes.
That's
I mean,
not supposed to be a thing.
No,
yeah, well,
correct.
if you recall, the forest near our home was basically an entrance to Feywild.
Well, yeah, but wasn't the whole thing that everything goes through the Feywild because of that? So the Shadowfell just is. Oh, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder where it is.
Yeah,
Near the mountains of winter.
of course it would be.
Okay.
Of
More
course.
winter.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Gob said she was going to be finding more information about how to get to the Shadowfell. So maybe she'll
Well,
find an alternative entrance
And when is she gonna be back?
when she's done.
Right. Okay.
that is the most accurate I've ever heard about Gobs's exploits when she's done.
So that could
Should we
be
inform?
tonight, that could be in a week.
Should we inform someone about this? Like, the Tower Gilgamesh, the Soul of Summer. Like, this is pretty big news.
Maybe?
I mean, we could share it.
I don't know how to get it to the Soul of Summer, though.
But there's also the problem of what's gonna happen if we share it.
What do you mean?
If we need something from the Shadowfell and there is an entrance to the Shadowfell,
It's useful information. If they close it,
then we don't have a way to get to the Shadowfell.
yeah, I see the
Well,
point.
I'm not saying that we asked them to close it. I'm saying we kind of need to control it, keep an eye on it.
For the most part, from what I understand, it's been mainly inactive for years. Not really much comes in or out of it, from what I can gather, except a lot of nightmares for Othokent.
Right.
Are you going to be starting talking about yourself in third person?
What? I've done it once.
Yeah, that's weird.
I feel like it emphasizes the point.
Maybe.
Either way, on how quick a notion do you want to get on with that?
I mean, as much as I'd like to get it done as soon as possible, I know running in there head first, not thinking about the logic of it, will be a terrible, terrible idea. Especially when we're a man down, a woman down, a goblin down, a gobs down.
Yeah,
Yes.
a Gobs and terrifying arm down.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we can scare the things in the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
What's darker than shadows? Void.
Well,
Honestly, I
the
feel like
shadow.
Char might like it.
Maybe we could ask the sisters for help because the Raven Queen also exists in the Shadowfell.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They might know a way to get in touch with it.
They might know where it is exactly.
I mean, like I said, the things I got from the book is that it's at the southern foot of the mountains of winter, right on the northern shore. there, which is called Taraf Erivos.
Well, I'm going to go to the high ward for a minute. Pick up
That sounds
some
like a plan.
needed materials.
Of course. But meanwhile, I can ponder whether or not it's a good thing to bring you to the sisters. I wasn't sure how to gauge them. You seem very
They're
pleasant
very
towards them.
taciturn. Just deal with them straight and they'll be fine.
If nothing else, it can be taken into consideration.
So Abe's going to leave. If nobody comes with him, he'll go by himself. Going to travel to the high ward. He's looking for a jewelry shop. Or some sort of carving shop.
Like a normal jewelry shop or a magical one?
I just need an item with an image of a dragon engraved upon it, and it needs to be expensive. So I was assuming some sort of like a carving or an amulet or something like that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean there'd be a couple different ones in the high ward. I would think
That is the description I have to work with.
okay.
An amulet would be ideal because I could just wear it. It doesn't need to be magical, it just needs to exist. Or even a ring, I guess. I mean, it just has to be expensive, I guess.
Give me a moment.
Sure.
So the name of the shop would be the Gilded Star.
Okay. I go in.
Yep. So there's just late 50s human woman behind the counter.
Hey, hello, my lady. I'm looking for a specific item.
Oh, all right, sir. What kind of an item are we looking for? What kind of a budget would it be?
I have 500 gold is the number I'm looking at, and something with the image of a dragon engraved upon it. Preferably something wearable, like an amulet or a ring, or
Out of what kind of material?
any material. Just has to be has to cost a lot. 500 gold.
Is
Could be
this
gold or steel? Doesn't matter.
to make sure I'm meeting your need properly? Is this one of those magical type things where the value is roughly concurrent to the amount of material involved in the item?
This is one of these things needed to create an effect in the real world, and the spell has requirements based upon how expensive it is.
Yes, but when it comes to, if you're a magic practitioner, you would understand this. The quote unquote costs of the item are really just expressions of the quantity of that material needed to conduct those magical properties. That's why I'm asking, because I could charge you 500 gold for a.
No, it needs to be roughly
mini.
equivalent. No, you are correct. It needs to be
Yes,
roughly
so
equivalent.
that's why I'm communicating so that I understand
Mhm.
your needs, and that's the purpose of customer service is to make sure both entities are satisfied with the transaction.
I appreciate the professionalism. Thank you so very much.
No problem. And you need a dragon. Does it have to be a specific kind of dragon? Do you have the image in question you wish engraved?
Do you not have one on hand, or is this going to be a custom order? He's asking inquisitively.
It's going to be a custom order. We don't generally have a lot of requests for dragon engraved things.
I show him a picture of Lily in dragon form. Can you do something like this? It's an image I found.
Harold? And a kind of a little pudgier, right there, like saggy at the middle guy, older gentleman comes out. He's got like the not prospector, but like the gym inspector glasses, like those magnifying glasses. He's got one of those headbands on, but the glasses are flipped up. And he comes in and goes, yes, dear. Come take a look at this and see. Do you think we could carve this something like along the lines of this dragon on? Oh, I don't know. Like a gold amulet. Oh, let me look. Let me see. That's our inspiration. All right. Let me take a look. Let me grab some paper. How big is the amulet, dear? It's like she goes. Oh, she holds her hands about probably 2.5 inches diameter. About that wide. We'll do circular. With a good crimped edge on it. All right. So that's about, and he freehand draws a circle, and then he begins sketching. And Talah, roll a d20.
Start sketching Talah. It's like, hang on a second. Hang on.
Hey, he's sketching the dragon. And I want Talah to roll the dice roll.
Oh, okay.
Just a d20, no modifiers. Okay. Yeah, he does a pretty decent job. You can tell it's a dragon. It's like, would that be sufficient, sir?
Yes, that should be fine.
So, tell you what, since it's 500 gold, we'll do the engraving at no cost. Do you have your own chain for the necklace?
No, I don't believe I do.
Well, let's do, Harold, let's do white gold, and we'll match it with, grab one of the 1 gold silver necklaces, so that they won't clash, and that way he doesn't have to spend a lot more on a chain. How soon do you need this done?
I don't want to rush it. If you could spend your time to make it well, I would appreciate it. But how long do you think it would take? I mean, if I'm asking for it sooner, I would like to know what would be the average time to make this before I assume I need to ask for faster.
3 days, based off of our current orders and the placement in it. If you need it sooner, there would be a surcharge.
No, 3 days is fine.
2 hours.
All right. Let's go ahead. You would pay half up front, other half when the job is completed to your satisfaction.
Give her 250 gold.
Alrighty, and sign all your information here.
Here, here, and here. Initial
all
here.
Right, and it's pretty early, so let's say, yeah, late tomorrow evening. I bet we can get it done. We don't have too many custom orders ahead. We just have that cleaning and that one repair ahead of it. Yes, but that one repair is an adamantite here. You know that takes a... Harold, you'll get it done. Thank you, sir. Do we need anything special engraved on the back? Any message for your dragon wife? Girlfriend?
No.
No special message. Well, that's a mistake. I'm just going to stay girlfriend and not wife. All right.
Ding, ding.
It's a necklace, not a wedding ring.
Look. Abraham's already been on fooling around with interdimensional creatures or women, so it's not like he needs a wedding ring to get the ding ding on.
All right.
He just needs to ask the dragon.
This is a summoning. I need this for my spell focus. That's all it is.
I know. I'm giving you a hard time. All right.
Give you a hard time.
Don't make promises you're not ready to keep up, big boy.
Oh, I excel at hard times.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna stop. Gonna stop. All right. So, anything else you'd like to do while you're out and about?
I want to go buy a bunch of incense.
Incense.
Yes. Expensive
So
incense.
gotcha.
Oh, also before I leave this shop, do you have ivory just in strips?
We don't, but there is a. If you're looking for it for again magical type things, there's a shop around the corner that should have all of that.
Okay. Thank you so much. What
Yeah,
was your name
it's
again, madam?
mine. You can call me Mrs. Dawn.
Mrs.
Oh.
Dorn. Well, I am Abraham. I appreciate your business.
Of course, but yes, if you go 2 blocks down and then to the left, there's the sunlit vial. PH. Is that a V sound or a F? I don't know. It's It's the sunlit glass thingy that holds potions.
File. Field?
Yes.
File. File.
See, it's weird, isn't it?
I'm going to go to that place. Thank you so much.
Of course.
So I guess I left my number with her so she can let me know when it's done or something.
They said just to come back tomorrow, late day. It'll be ready.
Oh, they'll have it done tomorrow?
Yeah, they said since it's so early in the day.
Okay. So I go to the glass vial.
The sunlit file. Yeah, there's just a normal looking half elf dude just sitting at the desk. Like, oh, a customer. Hey, welcome to the sunlit file.
Hey,
how can we help you?
This is a magic shop for spell components?
If it's not, man, then I sniffed too many components this morning.
I'm needing the components for legend lore. I need incense, expensive incense, 250 gold pieces, and I also need 4 ivory strips. Made about 50 gold pieces each.
So yeah, so we've got everything portioned out for appropriate spells. So for incense, it's 10 gold per bag, and for our spell quality incense. So and you said you needed 250 gold's worth.
Yes.
All right, we've got that here, and he sets that out. For the ivory strips, I've got. We've got some, but this stuff's kind of hard to come by. So I gotta let you know that. I know. We get in this argument all the time, right? People are like, "Oh, I only need 50 gold's worth." Well, what's equivalent to the 50 gold worth of spells kind of hard to get in the city because we don't exactly have a lot of elephants, right? So it's 150 gold per strip. And I got 8 strips. How many strips did you need?
I'm doing math real quick to see how much money I'm going to have left by the time I'm done with this. Oh my goodness.
So triple the price.
Yeah, I need 4 of them.
You need 4. I'll make you a deal. I'll do 4. Let's do 4 for 450.
Ooh.
Okay, it's better. Thank you so much.
I mean, because you're buying all the incense, I'm authorized to give both discounts. As long as I don't go past the raw. Because I mean, we have to pay 50 gold a strip for it, right? So there's markup. You know how it goes, commerce, right?
All right, I'll take it. Thank you.
What else you after?
Oh, that'll be it for right now. Thank you.
Sure. I mean,
very much.
we've got the rare incense in. I've got a jeweled horn in the back. Right. All right.
What's the jeweled horn do? Is it just a horn that's jeweled?
No, it's for summoning celestials.
Does it do it without a spell, or do I need to know the spell?
No, it's the component for that spell. Right, we keep it in the back, that's where we keep the diamonds and, the rare incense and the onyx and all that stuff. So I think we also have a couple of those metal rods that are tuned to different planes of existence. We've had those for a while because, can't really do anything with them right now, my man, but you know how it goes.
They made in the right materials.
Well, no, I think I have everything I need with this. Though I may be back for more incense if this spell.
If you're going to be
doesn't give me-
coming back, would you like to join our rewards club?
Sure.
Every time you buy 10 common spell components, you get one free.
Okay, sure.
All right, let me get you the punch card. Hey, tell you what.
Oh my god.
He hits up 9. He goes, because you were so cool today because I know the ivory stuff. It sucks, but my boss, she will literally sick an imp on me if I don't, charge for the more uncommon stuff. So I give you 9 punches. That way, next time you come in, boom, you're good.
Hey, appreciate you. What was your name again?
Oh, my name, Steven. With the PH.
Yeah, with the PH?
Yeah, like vile, right? That's why it sounds like a V.
It does it? I thought it's not feel or file. It's vile.
Steven, vile.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
Right?
that makes sense. Right.
All right. Yeah. No. And I'll be honest with you. You're a lot nicer than this other old crabby bastard who comes in from down the street. He owns the magic shop. That dude, he needs decaf.
You talking about Victor?
Vincent.
Vincent.
His name. Yeah, the old Korthal guy. Yeah. That's why I got this job. He disintegrated the last worker.
Oh wow.
And he's not in jail.
Who could arrest him?
I imagine the Centurions.
Nah, the Centurions. They don't leave the Central Ward anymore, man.
Not even for disintegrate.
Well, I mean, they can't. They literally, once they cross the bridge, they lose power.
Understood. Well, I'm going to take care of some business and hold up like the incense. I'll be back when I need some more. Thank you so very much, Stephen.
Oh, of course. Oh, hey,
Steven.
just to let you know, we do have a 10% discount running through the end of this week on ink and paper. For spell books.
Gotcha. Thank you. I don't need any at this point in time, but I appreciate it.
All right, we'll come back, get some paper, get some ink, buy some incense, get that 10th stamp, brother. See ya.
Hang on a second. I do need something else. I need... What level spell is that?
He needs that 10th stamp.
What spell is that? Where's my scroll? There it is.
I don't know.
You should know.
Make the 10th item the most expensive thing in the entire shop.
Yeah, that would be funny as hell.
Well, no, he specifically said once you buy 10, you get your 11th incense free. Common material free.
It's common material. It can't be expensive.
Aww.
There it is. I'm looking for it. Okay, 50 gold piece.
That's still up to a 250 gold material is considered common. So that's still a good deal.
Yeah, I'm just saying, maybe there's another stamp card for the more valuable stuff.
I need about 250 gold worth of copying components for copying a scroll into my book.
All right. I don't know what 10% of 250 is.
25.
You're not there, Talah.
It's 25.
Are you lying to me to get a better discount? He's going to insight check you.
I'm not. I pull out the calculator on my phone. Watch.
I can't read. No, you need to roll either deception or persuasion.
Disintegrate.
What?
Cast aside. I roll sleight of hand to insert the thought into his mind.
All right. I trust you. Appreciate you're a wizard. You're good with math, and you wouldn't lie to me. We're friends now, right?
Of course we are, Steven. I love a good
See-
magic shop.
Hey, and you won't disintegrate me.
Why would I? I got the punch card. I'll
See,
get
I
another
told
one
her-
and to continue purchasing from you so I can keep racking up more discounts.
Exactly. That's what I told her. It's a safety mechanism. All right. All right. So, yeah, 225 gold. You need ink, paper. Here's all the materials you would need to do that.
Thank you so very much.
Do you need a bag?
Oh, if you got one, I would appreciate it. Help me carry all this stuff home.
Paper or plastic?
Um,
I
paper,
just
better for the
kidding. They're all
environment.
hemp.
They're all-
He hands you all your materials in a hemp bag.
Thank you so very much, Stephen. You have a wonderful day.
Yeah, my girlfriend makes those.
And she did a good job.
I know. I'll tell her you said that, though. She'll appreciate it.
I'll see you. All right, and he leaves
Uh-huh.
leave the conversation, leave the whole shop, and proceed back to the apartment.
All right. All right. So while Abraham is off gallivanting and shopping by himself because nobody loved him enough to go with him, what's everybody else doing?
Well, normally Gobs would go with him, but Gobs fucked off as well, so I don't know what you want from us.
No, they don't love me like Gobs does. I mean, Talah literally entered my mind in order to save me, but she doesn't love me like that. Yes.
Mhm.
Apparently. I only love you for her brain.
Othokent
I
had
mean, you
night
already
terrors.
used her body yesterday.
It was
Yeah,
a very smooth ride.
You need a punch card to ride Talah as well.
All right. So what's
So I
everybody
get a
else up to?
10th ride
Well,
free.
we were talking about Lathander and the Feywild and stuff.
How best to proceed? So Othokent is going to talk to Lathander, and we are looking into how to get message through to the Feywild.
Yes.
Well, of course, I'm gonna ask for his blessing, but we need to be a bit close. I'm not just gonna ask for it willy nilly.
So how does that work?
So you can give me Arcana checks.
Arcana checks.
Can
Well,
I
not-
assist?
Oh no, can Nate assist?
Oh no.
No,
it-
you'd have to do a separate roll.
Oh no.
I'm a +0. I rolled a 17, so
Talah knows stuff. I don't.
I don't know if I know stuff.
Talah, you would know that there is a spell called Sending that can send messages across to other planes.
Isn't that like intercepted by the dome?
That's a good question that you're not sure of. Nate, you've never heard of a letter system, a mail system to send letters to the other plane. Othokent, you're just happy to be sitting in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Otho's
So
just happy in the
bored.
sunlight,
Mhm.
having a wonderful time.
The
Basking in
fake
the sun.
sunlight, the heat lamp.
Nah, he only gets the pure stuff, man. He doesn't settle for that artificial light.
Othokent has to hook up.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are sitting around the coffee table after cleaning up for breakfast, kind of talking to each other. Where Abraham comes in, walks straight to his room, and starts writing.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Abraham got what he needed.
And whatever he's got in his back smells interesting. Have you ever been to like Hobby Lobby during Christmas? That's what it
No.
smells like.
Did they even
No.
have a Hobby Lobby there?
We don't
the
have
fuck's a
Hobby
Hobby
Lobby,
Lobby?
buddy.
Trying to think think of like a craft store,
Ah, I've been to those.
right? And
Yeah.
like during Christmas time when they're loading up all the different candles and stuff, it has that kind of that's very specific smell.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's what it
Mine?
smells
I
like.
can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Pine and cookies and everything and holly and
Yep.
It's incense. It's what
I do
hippies
not
burn.
know. I do not know this Holly, but I sure do have to smell her a lot.
yeah, apparently.
Smells like patchouli.
Sniff her real good. Well done.
Sniff, snuff, snorf.
But
Snort.
well, of course I can get in contact with Lavender. He hears my prayers every morning. Else I wouldn't be able to cast spells.
So how exactly does that work? Is that just you have to talk to him in the morning or what?
Well, I do a daily prayer. I talk to him, share with him my thoughts, and ask him kindly for his blessing and for him to keep the sun high in the sky and all those things.
Huh.
And then he grants me a portion of his power. To
But
do with as I see appropriate.
right.
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 Ah, Abraham.
Hey, what?
You already done?
Oh, it takes me 10 minutes to write this new spell into my book.
Ah. Well, that's quite
Yeesh.
fast.
What was
Magic
the weird
quill. And
smelling
he summons the
stuff?
magic quill into his hand and makes it disappear. Do whatever I want.
What was the weird smelling stuff?
Incense. I have a spell that lets me learn mysterious and legendary about. What does it say? Significant lore about something that I name, as long as the thing is of legendary importance.
Right.
So I figured if we have a Nightmare King that we need to know more about, that's not written down in books, we might be able to divine more information from legend lore.
That's amazing.
Oh.
And the more I already know about the Nightmare King, the more precise information I get. With the help of that book you were able to get information out of, I now know more than I ever have about this being. Therefore, we might be able to glean more important information from the spell.
Mm.
Talah, do you have anything of your mother's that you could perhaps give him?
Well, she kind of reaches to the necklace she's wearing. She made this for me.
Don't know if I need an item to help with this. I just need the incense, which is really expensive. And it's going to consume it when I cast it. So if you want to know more than one thing, I would need more incense.
Seems
Okay.
oddly specific and limited.
I just name what I want or describe what I want, and the spell brings to mind information about that thing, person, or place.
How to defeat the Nightmare King.
Well, I mean, it's not that specific. I have to name it, and then it gives me information.
Right.
So, like, I cast it, say Nightmare King, and then
And
boom,
then
I
we
get
hope-
information, and hope it's worth knowing.
Yeah.
Nightmare King's weakness.
Well, hopefully we get something like that. I mean, he already doesn't like holy stuff, from what we understand. Blessed things he shies away from.
True name of the Nightmare King.
Bob.
Bitch.
Problem.
Problem the problem.
Now that's funny. That's a good joke. Othokent.
Thank you. I do try.
Sounds strange, like looking over legend lore. It's like, how am I going to work this in with more information about the Nightmare King?
No, I'm ready. If you're casting it, go
Ah.
for it.
Well,
Let's do it.
what are we doing, though? Like, do we need this
Wait.
information now, or should we wait?
The sooner we can get rid of that thing, the better.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I know this is very off topic, but can we use this in the future on
Yeah.
something else?
Yes, I just need more incense.
So it's not
Because-
like one-time thing?
It's a spell that I know. It's in my spell book.
Okay.
Because I really don't trust Enkidu. There's something off about that whole thing. So if we could learn more about him, that'd be great.
Just need 250 gold pieces worth of incense.
200. What?
I spent a lot of money.
I have quite a bit of gold, actually. I haven't really spent much.
I used all of mine.
Yeah, also on me, which you didn't have to do.
Yes, I did. Guess we need to earn more money. I didn't know it was expensive to be a wizard.
Very.
I mean, there's
You
a reason
mean-
why.
I mean, you got some spell components that you just need to have, which I've ordered, and I'm waiting to pick it up tomorrow. And then I have spell components that get consumed by the spell and need to be replaced every time I cast it.
There's a
Here
reason why I have.
am feeling bad for buying arrows.
I mean, there's a reason half my funds go to Abraham, for the most part.
Oh, jeez.
Abraham, do you need gold?
No. Otho said earlier he had like 60 gold. I'm at Otho level now.
Besides, I have clerical privileges.
Do you both need gold?
No.
I need more spell components. I'll just take out a loan from the Talah bank.
Well,
Yeah.
it's very specific with how our spells function. He needs to go and learn them from books, scrolls, and what have you, and then he has to pay money to, put it into his spell book.
Mm-hmm.
I can just say, Lavender, today I feel like Cure Light Wounds would be boring, so I will have another spell, please.
Oh, please don't say that.
But it's true.
No, it's not boring. It's very helpful.
Well, I know. But because of my domain, I will always be ready to cure wounds.
Well, if you want to cast this now, I need you all to be quiet for about 10 minutes or let me do this somewhere else. So he
Right.
sets out the 4 ivory strips and a
Like, how
In,
quiet
4
are we talking?
shh. Set out the 4 ivory strips and like the incense is in the center, and these 4 ivory strips are in the 4 corners, pointing inwards. So creating a containment around it. And I start casting Legend Lore. Casting time is 10 minutes long.
Mhm.
So between all the verbal, somatic components to it, he's just mumbling arcane words, and his hands are fidgeting around. The incense begins to burn and be consumed by the spell as the casting continues on for 10 minutes.
Awesome.
At the climax of the spell, he says the name Nightmare King.
So, as you say, Nightmare King, for a brief instance, nothing really seems to happen, and as that incense begins to curl in the air, for a moment, Abraham, you kind of feel your senses start to drift,
Oh
But
no, I
not-
didn't buy the right incense. It's weed.
but not outward. It shifts inward. In this formless thought, there's a shadow that seems to be looming just beyond the periphery, something vast and formless. You begin to hear whispers all around you. The first one you hear says, "He was never meant to be." And when that happens, you start to begin to see a vision. It's a grand palace made of onyx with silver trimming. As your view begins to bend and turn down towards the open doors, as there are no doors, just going through the entryway, you hear a dream turned parasite, a fear turned flesh. And as you start to sweep down the halls, you just see sleeping figures, their faces peaceful as their minds are elsewhere. And you enter this grand throne room, but instead of people standing in audience, they're all laying, sleeping. Women, children, men, young, old, elves, dwarves, orcs, humans, dragonborn, everything, right? Just this vast congregation of sleepers. They called him by another name before he fell to the dark. And as your view shifts around all of them, it begins to pull back. And in the dead center of the room, there's a throne carved from what looks like bone. It sits empty. Its rightful ruler seems to be gone. Shadows begin to stir in the corners of the room, and you hear that feminine voice once again. His chains were never meant to break. And you see those shadows begin to shift and coalesce, reaching to that throne as the shadows pour over all the people laying in slumber. His name was unspoken, but I remember it. And the shadows coalesce into a woman wrapped in a cloak of twilight. She's holding a shattered crown. And as she sets it down on the throne, she doesn't look at you, but you hear one more whisper. Return. And at that point, your view shifts and you start falling down this endless corridor of doors. Each one of them is locked. And as you see the doors, each one seems to be marked with a different symbol. And with your eyes of the Runekeeper, you know these are names of different nightmares, different things that that haunt people's dreams. And you get down to a single door whose symbol is burned off of it. Just scorch marks are where the symbols were on the other doors, and it's slightly cracked. And you hear that voice again. To slay him is to set him free. And as the door cracks, you start to hear a child laughing. To bind him is to inherit his throne. And then you hear that laughter turn to a scream, and then mid-scream, a sudden silence. The cycle repeats unless the dreamer wakes. And at that point, the incense burns out, the vision fades. But the whisper still kind of lingers. It's almost like you can almost hear her voice again in the back of your mind, curling at the edge of your thoughts, like a nightmare you've woken up from that you can't really remember what it was. I will allow you to roll. I'll let you do. Actually, let's say this. Would you have been doing this at the table with everybody?
Mhm.
I'm going to say everybody saw that then. I know that's not how it's supposed to work, but since they were there and being quiet and they were inhaling the incense, so I will let everybody roll an insight check. If you get over a 15, I will explain. I will give you specific things that you picked up from that.
I'm going to spend inspiration.
Go for it. Okay.
Inspiration. Come on.
Aw, that is mean. Roll 20, jeez.
That shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, no, that's not allowed.
Inspirations shouldn't be allowed to be lower or equal.
Yeah, no.
Anyways.
So, Othokent, one of the things that catches you immediately is that killing him may not be the right solution. Something about that's like, okay, slaying him sets him free, but what's that mean? What's that
Binding
do?
him takes his place. I mean, we don't want to become the Nightmare King.
Right. Talah, the things you'll catch out of this is that it's obvious that that somebody had sealed him away intentionally, and that someone or something knew his name before his fall. And Abraham, the thing that catches you out of this is that he may have been a different entity before all of this. So maybe he wasn't always this waking or walking, living nightmare. He may have been something else beforehand. and possibly that's what was in the throne, and maybe it made the same mistake you guys could make by binding him and sealing something away and then having to take its place.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we just have to get him to return to his throne.
You don't know?
How do you get him back there? Got to cast this again. I need more money. Give me some fucking incense.
Are you addicted?
I can stop the legend lore anytime I want.
You know.
I don't got a problem. You got a problem. Problem with information. You don't like information?
Also, Sunscream, I couldn't keep up with my writing. Can you possibly send quick notes to me so I can put those in my notebook?
Never meant to be. Dream term transfight. His chains were never meant to break. His name was unspoken, but I still
Thank
know
you.
it. Return, place the broken, and that's when she replaced the broken crown.
She's got it.
I got it. I got it.
Slay him, set him free, to bind him, and take his place.
So banish him.
Probably not, though.
It might work. I just have to stay, banish him and stay concentrating for a minute, and he stays there. It's how the spell works.
But
It's just-
would it
That's
properly?
That's how it works in normal planes of existence. Yes.
I'm just worried it's not gonna properly cut the ties, and you'll have a relatively easy time coming back.
So the woman? Who is that? Like an arcana check I could make to try to identify the speaker?
It would be
Or religion?
a religion check.
Could we all see that too?
Mm-hmm.
So we can roll?
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
Abraham rolled really well, but yeah.
the hell are my rolls?
Talah knows.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently Talah's like, oh yeah, that's...
Reese knows nothing about religion.
Don't you got inspiration to burn?
I have a
I
plus
have that
0.
inspiration for like 20 sessions, man.
I got my last inspiration on a VOD that never
Oh,
exists.
I don't remember last time I got inspiration, so that's a great question.
I think I got it once at some point.
Sounds like something we need to fix.
Nate gets inspirations for making oatmeal, apparently.
I still have that inspiration, by the way. I never spent it, so.
Yeah, so that was almost certainly Saheen Moonbow.
Saheen Moonbow.
Yeah, the goddess of dreams.
The Sand Lady.
Yep, she was a elven goddess of death. Well, she is the elven goddess of death, dreams, heavens, journeys, the moon, full moon specifically. So she is one of the goddesses that's under Saloon. So she's not Saloon level. She's how they have different tiers of deities. So that was likely who you were seeing.
It's when you have Saloon and your mom says we have Saloon at home.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the Fey aspect of the goddess Saloon.
Mm-hmm. Faerun. It's a Faerun, but specifically the elven goddess of death and dreams.
And heavens and journeys and the moon and moon elves and stars and transcendence.
What we're learning in this entire campaign is that elves suck and we need to kill them.
Yeah.
Look, if you didn't learn that from the last campaign, I don't know what to tell you.
If you know the history of elves on Faerun, elves are dicks.
Yeah, so
there were only like
Soundscream
two
over
cool
2
elves.
campaigns is convincing us to be racist towards elves.
I mean,
Hey,
there's
look,
another
there's-
campaign on a Wednesday that we do that has
Oh,
elves
no.
that we really, really don't like.
I'm just saying, the gnomes up on the moon. It's not just gnomes. There's elves up there too. Who do you think paid
Oh.
for the rockets to get there?
But what about the rabbits on the moon?
There aren't any rabbits.
You know they kicked out the rats?
What about Monster Carrot? Isn't he up there?
No. Piccolo blew him up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Think about that. That's literally, if you want to take all that lore as literal, Piccolo
Right.
killed him when he blew up
Blew
the
up the
moon.
moon. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he killed most of the world when he did that
Didn't
too.
the moon get wished
We are
back or
going
something?
to steal the
Yeah.
moon.
Yes.
So the moon exists again, and
The moon has died more times than Krillin has, I swear to God.
Yep. All right. Back to the campaign. So that's where we're at.
where'd you bury me? Bury you? You just left me?
Back to the campaign.
Which one?
Anyone. So, we have a nightmare king that we cannot kill, and we have to contain somehow, take care of. Honestly,
You
I'm
need to
confused what we're
convince him
supposed
to take his throne again.
So we need to give him a motivational speech.
We need to give him an offer he can't refuse.
And here I was thinking this was going to just be a monster we needed to get rid of the easy way.
Yeah, maybe if we offer him oatmeal, we can make him take his throne. Nathaniel makes great oatmeal.
Well, while I make a good oatmeal, I think that will neither be a help or deterrent.
Well, he sounds boring then.
Maybe if
but
we
yeah.
bless the oatmeal.
Mm.
Oh, hey, we need to try that tomorrow, Othokent. Can you
Bless
bless
the
my
oatmeal.
oatmeal before we eat?
We all get
Hey.
inspiration. Yes, thank you, Lathander.
Well, then I need to spin mine real quick.
No, it only depends on how sunny it is that day.
Get one of those mirror-based cooking devices where it reflects all the sunlight and you cook the oatmeal that way.
All right. So I'd say it's probably getting pretty close to lunchtime. Because you guys were up and about pretty early that day. What else are we wanting to? What are you guys wanting to do from here?
Talah needs to get groceries because we're probably running low on anything in this apartment at this point.
Nate will assist.
So what do you need for your oatmeal?
Oats.
Oats.
And meal.
Okay.
And milk. And sugar. And sometimes cinnamon. And apples. And berries. And, sometimes some people like to put raisins in. We could try that. And nuts. I've also heard about this cocoa powder. That should be good too.
Yeah, so it's not a problem to go get groceries and come back. Just
Done.
Yep, Talah, you're able to go get anything you guys are after. It's not too big of a deal. Take a gold or two to buy all the groceries you're looking
Will
for.
do. Will do.
I mean, considering we are still in town and we're still waiting for Gobs to do whatever Gobs is doing, maybe we should go around and do odd jobs or something. Nothing wrong with
Indeed.
trying to earn a little extra.
We need to cover Abraham's newest addiction.
Abraham's going to spend some time studying his Book of Shadows.
Oh yeah.
Pick that up before going to fight the Fey Lord.
So
So with her shopping and doing grocery stuff, Abraham's going to pull a wizard and read.
I think all things considered, that there's still an active siege going on, I'm gonna go make myself useful. I'm a doctor after all. Right?
Yeah, Abraham, give me an Arcana check.
I've already used my inspiration.
You can add any 2 cantrips you would like from any class. I'm studying the book.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, there's
Any-
thaumaturgy.
Soul to Dead, Eldritch Blast. There you go.
Eldritch
Yep.
Blast.
Yeah, any 2 you'd like for that.
Eldritch Blast would be such a mind fuck.
And then I'm sorry because I was reminding myself of something.
Good.
What is Othokent going to do?
Well, Othokent thinks that since they are waiting for Gobs and everything, and there's not really great direction, he's gonna make himself useful. Considering there's still an ongoing siege, and he is a doctor after all. Some people might
Okay.
need help, so he might as well use that instead of sitting on his ass.
Gotcha. So you're going to skip over to the Free People's Ward?
Yes, and I'm going to provide all the assistance I can, both magically and medically.
Okay. Is anybody else going with him?
I don't know how long my study is going to take.
Okay. Is anybody but Wizard Boy going with him?
I mean, I have something I want to get, and I sent it to you.
I was considering
secret.
Isn't Yay.
About a gold.
Oh yeah,
Answer
definitely
your-
get those.
Yeah, they wouldn't be that expensive.
Definitely getting one of those.
Nice, whatever it is.
So if it doesn't take that long and Otho's going to wait, I would go with him. But if I'm still studying, then he's going without Abraham. That was my point.
Okay. Yeah, I would think. Let's say this, because I would think you would have been reading that periodically. I'll say your last bit of study was this day. So
Okay.
it didn't take you too much longer, and then it took you. How long does it take you to inscribe a level 1 spell into your book?
With my magic quill, it takes 2 minutes.
Okay, so I'll say it took you probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon for you to be done, and I'll let Othokent be the judge on if he was going to wait for that.
I mean, if Abraham conveys that it doesn't take him all day, then Othokent will gladly wait.
Yeah, it won't take me all day, and I'll go with you.
Sounds good.
All right. I assume, Nate, you're going to go with Talah to get groceries and come back and put everything up and get all that settled?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's not gonna take the inside either.
Yeah, is there anything else you and Talah are going to do that day? Or, I bet you would be able to get the groceries and be back about the same time as these guys and get all that done before these two head out.
The thing I did too, or
Yeah, because, I mean,
it would be on
They-
the same trip. That's fair.
yeah.
But getting the second part of that done before they leave without people noticing.
I'm gonna
mean-
notice.
You can give me a stealth check.
Oh boy. I'm really, 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 really good at those.
Yeah.
Nice.
Othokent,
Hey, my rolls today are amazing.
Otho, I need a perception check.
I am so happy.
All right.
Don't you
From
dare
you
roll above a
specifically.
20. Good boy.
All right. So
Ovo
yeah,
has
you're
the
able.
bad rolls.
Yeah. So when you guys get back, you put everything up, then you sneak it off and do that thing you're doing.
Yes.
While Nate does his prep work for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have noticed her sneaking into Otho's room. Nexus.
Yeah.
Nate
Okay.
would have noticed. But you would have been there when she bought what she bought, so it
Yeah.
would make
Yeah.
sense to you what she
I'll
was doing.
send it to him because he would know.
Yeah.
It's
but
not
yeah,
that.
so yeah. So you've got everything. So as a group, you guys are gonna head to the Free People's Ward.
I mean, Nate was suggesting doing some S&J work, but if that is what people want to do, he'd be up for it.
I mean, at this point, Othokent has made his plan, so he will be a bit annoyed if he's got to change them now.
Yeah.
No, I have decided what I'm gonna do. Nyeh.
I want to join Otho.
Okay.
All
What?
right.
I think
No
he
one
can
wants to
also
do
help
what
out.
Nate wants. No one likes his oatmeal. No, no.
Wow!
You know the only one who doesn't like it is your girlfriend.
Keeps
And
me
you don't
regular.
think that hurts the most?
She never liked it. It's not because you're making it. It's just in general.
Nate, have you ever heard bros before hoes, eh?
Oh wow.
Is he crying? He's crying, isn't he? Oh.
Yeah, the DM is.
But yes,
So
we
to
go
the front
Free
lines we
People's
go.
Ward. What guy?
This is the TPK. That's how it begins. To the front lines.
Yeah, don't worry. Starscream totally didn't write anything to me about bringing everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
What?
Totally.
Okay, then I'm going to S&J.
Nope,
Go
too late.
Go for it.
What?
How
Fuck.
dare you?
Don't.
Shit.
Don't.
Piss.
Well,
to be
let's-
clear,
wait.
to be clear, I didn't send him anything to get anybody anywhere. Thank you very much.
Also,
I d-
I feel like we need to have a pros and cons list. Can someone make that?
for
I'm
what?
a professional doctor, and Gobx is definitely a con. convict.
Oh, wait, actually been convicted of anything? It's all alleged at this point.
No, nothing above misdemeanors.
Hmm.
She's done some time. Minor stints in county.
Right. Before that, she was in juvie.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you guys, as a group, head to the Free People's Ward. I assume you would take the shortest route, which would be into the Religious Ward, or to the Temple Ward, and then across above the abyss,
Mm-hmm.
the bottomless abyss, and into the Free People's Ward. All right, and then if you're going to help soldiers and whatnot, I'm assuming that you're going to head towards the wall. Right, because that's where most of that would be.
Yes.
So yeah, you're able to get there. You can see buildings that have been taken over as kind of command centers. You can see some triage areas. In fact, give me perception checks. Everybody but Nate. Nate, you're going to see this just naturally.
Hey,
Yay.
average roll.
I have eyes. Woo.
My passive is 18. I don't know if that is anything to do. But
Yeah, Abraham, what's your passive?
What I rolled.
Okay, so everybody but Abraham sees fairly quickly. You see Adon, that is Magelin's daughter, rushing around with people, rushing bandages and whatnot.
Hot.
Wait, what?
What?
Well, she probably has Magelin's ass. So.
No, they were these folks. Oh, I didn't drop you guys on it. Remember? Hot twins.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the
she's
daughter's
one
out
on
there?
the left. Yeah, she's running around helping people, running bandages and whatnot.
Yeah, she's the one that convinced us to go and find the thing anyway without
They
her
don't even look
dad
anything
knowing.
like orcs.
That
Magelin's
green
a
word
half
counts.
orc. Magelin's a half orc.
Yeah, and they're less than a quarter, or they're quarter orcs.
Quarter
Quarks.
Quarks.
Yeah, so look, it's from the waist down that they're green. Leave me alone.
Oh, from the waist down, you say?
Yeah, and then their eyes are green, and their clothing is green.
That just means they both have a lot of junk in the trunk, all right?
Their ass is green specifically. Magelin's ass.
Yeah.
Mm. Look, when you've got half orc, half elf, half gnome, half halfling, right?
Part
The-
celestial.
Yeah, and a little bit of celestials in there, right? So because that's right, because you were half orc, quarter elf, quarter celestial. Like at that point, right, you got lots of different genome stuff slapping around. All right, we're lucky they only have 2 eyes and all 10 fingers.
How do we know that they have all 10 fingers? They're not on the picture.
I swear to God, Nari.
Maybe you could give us the details on some sort of list. I know there's a good program out there to help you build out a list.
That wasn't me.
Easy to sort.
That wasn't me.
Easy to sort. Build a table out of.
Which, that program, I believe the icon is also green. We love you, Sunscreen.
Oh no.
Everybody roll reflex saves.
Reflex.
Yeah, say there's no reflex save. That means you all take the damage.
That's fine, I still have 3 left.
You know what? Usually I root for you guys because I think it'd make a better story. Not anymore. Not anymore. I hope the bad guys win. The world gets destroyed.
At this point, is the question of whether there's going to be a 3rd chapter.
Oh no, there's not a question. There is no question. The real question is if we're gonna have another episode.
Sure, John can run it.
What? Why
So
me?
Raph comes back.
Yeah, exactly.
And shoot you all in the head.
Yeah, and then
I
he
mean-
yells out, "It's not easy being green."
I mean, if he is a max level creation bot, there's no gold limit. He can literally create nuclear bombs if he wants to.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to build up my cantrip.
It's alright. So you see Adon running around, getting people help, directing people.
Beautiful. Whew, I can breathe again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Oh, you had tears.
Yep.
And Soundscream has words.
That's all I have anymore.
You also have that cute butt. Don't forget that.
It's just weird that you sent it to me in a box.
I mean, hey, I had to send it through FedEx. What do you expect?
At least it's detachable.
Anyways, considering she's right around trying to help with triage, that's probably where Othokent's going to focus his attention. Considering Doctor and all.
Okay, so you're just gonna run in and start helping people, or are you gonna say something to get her attention?
Well, I'm going to start by getting her attention, because she knows where I'm needed most, if she needs another doctor. So I'm
Okay.
going to yell loud, "Excuse me, Adon!"
What? Oh, hey guys, a little busy. We had a, they did a, what do you call it? They, it's not, is it a Sally? What is it? What's the word I'm thinking of, Sin?
You're talking about a
Like they attacked it, but I
Charge?
didn't want to say that. No. I'll
You
think of
talk.
it.
Which direction? They attacked the
They-
wall. The walls. The people on the walls went out.
They attacked the wall.
Oh, it's
There's
a
a
siege.
word I'm looking for. Well, not a siege. It's like there's a word like assault that I can't think of. So yeah, they assaulted the southern fortifications this morning. Sorry, things are a little bit hectic. I'll talk to you guys later.
Well, we're here
Hey,
to try and help.
Okay. Great. What can you do to help? What do you guys do?
I'm a doctor and a cleric of the life
Doctor,
domain. So
great. Tent down there's the most heavily wounded. If you've got any magical ability to heal, go that way. For any of the rest of you, we've got people making bandages in the second tent down there for the more traditional medically minded.
I can also heal with magic.
All right, go. You two go that way then. What about you two? What do you do?
I'm a wizard.
All right. Well, I could have used you here about 3 hours ago.
I
But
was
why don't
learning
you?
spells.
Fantastic. Why don't you go ahead and head down along the eastern wall and see if you can find Nico down there and Dad and see if they need help.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a ranged attacker. I can also cast a bit of healing, and I'm very speedy. So if you need me to transport or pick up people, I can do that.
All right, go with your wizard friend and go tell Dad all that. He'll send you to where we're needed.
Sure. Good luck.
And she jogs off. You can see her. She's got some wounds on her arm. She's got a bandage on those. She's her arm's in a sling, but she's not too badly injured, and she's just directing people and running
I
around.
cast guidance on her before I leave.
Sure,
Okay.
I can join in on that. Just a wee bit of healing. Sadly,
Hey,
a one.
no. When you do that, she's like, "Hey, save that for the people who are dying, not me. I'll be fine."
Meh, 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 meh.
Wah.
Abraham and Talah, when you get there you see lots of burns. The Abraham or Talah or both. So Talah, nature check. Abraham or not Abraham. Othokent, give me a medicine check.
All right.
Nature check from Abraham?
No,
Oh, for
No.
me.
from Talah. I didn't mean to say Abraham.
Oh, Abraham
Ta-
doesn't get to know. So.
Yeah, because you're not in the tent with all the wounded.
Right.
Talah, this is what you like if you ran across a deer that had been mauled by a bear.
Yeah.
It's that type of wounding. So,
Okay.
Othokent, you can tell that these weren't weapon wounds. There's burns, there's gashes like you would expect from horns and teeth and claws.
Right. So.
Lots of
um,
different stuff to take care of. Lots of different methods we need treating in.
So if I'm sitting in the middle of the tent, how many people can I get when it's a 30-foot radius?
You'd be able to get a good portion of this tent. So
Okay.
there's probably 3 tents worth of wounded. You immediately the ones she pointed you to are the people that are on the cusp of death.
Okay, so the very first thing I'm gonna do is stand in the middle of the room and then cast Aura of Vitality, and just get as many people as I can in that minute.
Okay, I'll say that one
Possibly
would
casting
probably
that several times.
yeah. So
if
that'll
necessary.
take care of everybody in that tent. And I will say it will take to get them to the point you'd be comfortable letting normal stuff
Mhm.
take it from there. Is you'd probably want to spend about 4 or 5 rounds in that room.
Okay, so that's my 3 of my 3rd level spell slots, and then I'll.
Well, it's concentration for up to 1 minute.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like 3 or 4, or like 4 or 5 rounds.
Oh, okay.
So
So
that's
one
so
casting
half.
would be plenty.
would get that tent. Yep.
Yeah. And then,
then-
I'll do the same in the other one.
Okay.
If I don't know how many tents there are.
Yeah, there's 3 full of like the really badly wounded. Like
Okay,
the
then I'll use all 3.
Okay. All right. So she's doing that. So you can see what she's doing, Otho. So what would you
Mhm.
do in response?
So while she's taking care of main normal wounds, stab wounds, all those things, I'm gonna try and make sure people aren't poisoned, blinded, deafened, completely, unable to do things they are. And I'm gonna go around casting a lot of lesser restoration and using my normal medicinal skills to try and aid recovery in those areas.
All right. All right. Go ahead and give me a medicine check with inspiration to do so.
Great.
With inspiration?
hmm
Not advantage?
Our advantage, same difference.
Fair.
24.
Easy.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're able to stabilize people. You're able to, because there was definitely some poison. You also notice there are some curses on some of the more wounded. So not sure if you have the ability to do anything about that, but you're at least able to notice it and diagnose it. And you're helping the other doctors and people there.
I have 1 greater restoration I can use, if that helps. I don't know if that does anything with curses.
It does not.
Don't
too
you
bad.
worry.
Gotcha. Nice.
I can do remove curse a grand total of 3, 6, 7 times if need be.
Okay, you need to do it 4.
Great. Then I'll just
So-
remove
No.
that May spell slots and 1 4th level spell slot.
Are
Yeah,
any of... Oh, sorry.
The thing that starts to get to you guys as you're moving between these tents, though, is a larger pavilion tent set up just across from you, which is where the people that couldn't be saved are. And there's many more people in that tent.
Yeah.
So that's something you would notice as you're running back and forth, doing what you can.
Are there a lot of very fatigued doctors around, or...
Definitely, because there's only 3 or 4 of them, and there's a whole bunch of nurses as well,
Yeah.
who are running back and forth, and then just general medics that are both wounded and tired.
So for the 3 that look like they're basically at the end of well, they're very, very exhausted, the most exhausted ones. I have 3 castings of lesser restoration to at least get rid of a little bit of that fatigue.
Awesome. Good job, triage team. But yeah, you're able to get everybody that's come in that needed stabilized. Anybody who like if they weren't addressed would lose a limb or an eye or something like that. You took care of that. There's some that already are missing limbs and appendages and whatnot that you can't do a whole lot for, other than do what you can to ease and make sure that they don't lose anything else. So from when you guys get there to when you're done and or exhausted, you're able to keep people, and no one else dies, no one else loses a limb that's savable.
Great.
Awesome. So for my other group, you head up along the eastern wall, and you see a group of soldiers standing around the entrance to a building that's half collapsed, that's up against the wall.
Okay.
Is there any direction of still being in attack?
No, it seems like there's not an attack currently ongoing.
Okay.
So they're just standing at a hole in a wall? A collapsed wall?
They're
you mean?
they're standing guard outside of a building that's partially collapsed. As in, the building's likely the headquarters where other people are inside making plans, and they're just standing guard outside of it.
Oh. Sorry, I was thinking they were
It's not entirely collapsed.
like they got hit with a boulder or something.
Yeah, like imagine it's a larger 2-story building, and like a boulder hit the top left part of the roof and collapsed
Yeah,
part
okay.
of the top floor into the bottom floor, and there's rubble.
Mhm.
But then like the other most of the first floor and some of the second floor is still standing.
Okay. I thought they were just guarding rubble for a second. Just
I thought they were facing the building like they had something trapped in there or something.
yeah.
We'll
So
approach.
we needed,
What's up?
just that we needed to go to, you know. So
Oh,
let's go.
hello. How are you?
He just looks at you and goes, "I'm what? How are we? What
We're
is
here
there
for
something we
support.
can help you with? Here for support." Okay, well, I mean, the general's inside with the lieutenants, so
Oh God, who was? Oh, dang it! Her name. I wrote these
We
down,
were
didn't
just sent here by
Her
the
name.
orc lady girl.
I wrote these down. I wrote this down. I swear I did.
the orc lady girl. Okay, look, we're trying to keep this area secure, so maybe you guys should just move along.
Crap. I can't. I can't. I do not. I didn't write it down.
What did you not write down?
Her name. The name of Maislin's kids. I thought I did.
I mean, you named them.
And I thought I wrote them down.
I just DM'd you.
Adon told us to come over here.
Oh, Lieutenant Adon sent you. Well,
Mm-hmm.
way to bury the lead. Did she have messages for her father? What?
She said that if we wanted to help, to come over here, since we didn't have the ability to heal and triage.
All right. Well, I suppose you guys can go inside.
Thank you.
Hope
Hope the day goes better.
You were really bad at this. Jeez. Wow, you guys got your butts kicked. Oh, that's sorry about that. Woo, woo. Hopefully all your friends don't die later today too. Jeez, that would be awkward.
Wow.
Good lord.
Wow.
They got attacked. I hope that doesn't happen again. I hope their day goes
So
better.
how are you? Dude,
Oh goodness.
seriously?
Way to take a statement the wrong way.
So it came off really sarcastically to me. So
No, he's being very innocent and not offensive. You just deal with me specifically too much.
that's probably it. So as you walk in, you can see you see Nico and Magelin looking at a map of the south wall along with the battlefield. He goes, "Yeah, so they brought the Hellfire engines up here, right along the edge of the abyss, and then that's where the Barbed Devils and the Bearded Devils started coming through." And then the real problem, right? Because we were able to use the anti-summoning circles to keep them out, but that didn't stop the Hellhounds, and that's what really kind of tore into us there. The question is how did they even get those here?
Can I help?
You can certainly try.
What would that be? I cast guidance on myself.
Yeah, so it would be an Arcana check first.
Okay.
Can I assist?
Jesus.
Yes.
Please assist.
And it would actually make perfect sense for you to be assisting on this, as you guys are whispering back and forth. So roll it again, Abraham.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
So Abraham, you know, and you probably say something to
26.
Nate that I was like, all of those things are coming from the lower planes, in which Nate goes, well, I mean, with the portals and planar shift not working, that means they had to go to one of the parallel planes, right? So they would have had to go to either the Shadowfell or to the Fey realm, and
Oh,
then
God.
here. So they couldn't have gotten these forces here without help of someone else.
Yeah.
So they had to take him through either the Shadowfell or the Fey realm in order for it to get here, because there are only two planes of existence that seem to bridge through this dome. And if they came through the Fey realm, they would need the help of the Fey, and if they came through the Shadowfell, they would need the help of something darker.
Yes.
So they have allies deep.
The Fae don't generally deal with the denizens of the lower planes. Plus, from other people I know, something's changed recently. Even the known accesses to the Fae realm seem to be cut off currently. We're not quite sure why. And there's no way there's no way they've had these forces here for long. So that means it had to have come through the Shadowfell.
So you might want to go look for things that bump in the dark and ask them what's going on. Maybe beat them up a little bit.
When I beat things up, it's never just a little bit.
Mr. Grissom, you don't think it's related to anything we did, right?
No.
His
But it's something
eyebrows
we're-
raises and goes, and what have you been doing that would make you think that this could have something to do with things you've been doing?
And Mr. Grissom said it wasn't. So it can't be.
there's a large instinct in me saying, guys, no, don't. Nate is an idiot. It's okay. Don't listen to him. And what's
I
your Delta score?
He's a
I did-
lovable idiot, okay?
I didn't
I did not
ask,
say.
I didn't ask what you did that caused this. I said, what did you do that makes you think it could have been related?
I don't know.
We didn't really do anything with the Shadowfell. Hero Boy here helped defeat a Fey incursion. That's about it.
Yeah, the Heart of Winter had his army trooping up at my home place, and we beat him back. And he's currently sealed away in the Feywild.
Well,
I don't know if they closed the doors behind him.
that would explain the receding nature
sorry.
of the Fey realm.
But as far as the
Stuff
Shadowfell goes, it's just that we have a current interest in certain beings from the Shadowfell, but we haven't really done anything yet.
It's very recent information, like a couple of hours ago.
There is a being known as the Nightmare King that seems to be on the loose.
I haven't heard that name before. Is this a creature that has great influence in the Shadowfell?
Hmm? Some, depending on, but his domain seems to be upon nightmares and making deals. But what he gives is not worth what he takes.
Do you believe this Nightmare King would have had the ability to transport a large battalion of devils through the Shadowfell and into our realm unaided and unnoticed?
Potentially. He's done many things for a great price. And if it was a battalion worth of demons and devils. Was it demons or was it devils?
They're devils.
So if they summoned a bunch of Beta Zoo.
Just as a correction, Abraham, with what you've read with the knowledge you guys gained from the book and what you can learn from the legend lore, this doesn't really seem like the Nightmare King's thing.
Right. I'm just saying he has that power. I mean, he's pretty freaking strong. If he wanted to, I think he could.
He's more associated with dreams and astral stuff than Shadowfell.
Hmm. I mean, he has the power, but whether or not he does anything related to the physical realm is up to debate. He's really loves his dream domain. So while we may have interest in creatures from the Shadowfell, I'm not sure it really matters. Nate was just postulating that maybe this had something to do with it. But there are other creatures in the Shadowfell, like, I don't know.
You can give me an Arcana check.
That whole saying about
Cast guidance on myself.
reaction and opposite something.
Roll your guidance.
14.
There are definitely
I didn't know if Shar would be able to influence the Shadowfell. It's kind of what I was debating in my head.
I mean, Shard definitely has a big influence on the Shadowfell. But
Projector influence. I don't know.
Yeah, because that Othokent would be a better knowledge on that. But I will tell you that there is. I mean, you can think of several stories and things that you know of. For example, there's Tarmok, who is a fiendish entity who's made pacts with devils and rules as a Dark Lord in the Shadowfell. So, like, he's not a devil, but he's definitely he would have that capability. And with like him, and there's other Dark Lords who you could think of a half dozen Dark Lords, examples of Dark Lords being willing to make deals like that. And right now, you could think those guys are having the best time, because this is a very magical plane of existence that you're on. And with the Fey realm receding, and over the last several weeks, the only access to this extremely magically inclined plane of existence is through their territory. So,
Do we have any names, or we're just postulating dark beings or dark lords of the Fey realm?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think you have any names because you haven't really looked into it yet. But if you were to find out, like someone like Tarmok had decided to make a deal with this specific devil army to allow passage through his lands and out to this realm for the right price, there are several. It's one of those things like, oh yeah, well of course you can find a sketchy pawn shop to pawn shop stew. That doesn't mean you know the name of the pawn shop. You just know that that can happen. It's not a surprising thing. But like, oh yeah, well, saying that Shadowfell is where you have to go through, right? Not it. You don't know which one, but it's not a stretch of the imagination. Where Fae, as crazy as the Fae are, they don't like playing with outer lower planes people. They don't like inviting that corruption into their realm. They like chaos. They don't necessarily like the corrupted chaos.
How about Carrie? No.
No, this would not be what he's after. He has a very singular focus.
He'd be on the front lines himself.
No, there's many Dark Lords that rule the Shadowfell in their own particular domains and sections of the plane. I mean, with it being the only access to any plane of existence to here, and with that leverage, they could charge any price they want, and they would be more than happy to exchange many different things for favors such as transport of dark armies. You need to look for any worshippers that worship the Shadowfell, or mages that can find the access points to the Shadowfell and eliminate them. Maybe it's a deeper deal. Maybe even the Beta Zoo are interested and are offering their own resources to help pay the price.
Did you manage to capture any of them? Speak to them?
Sounds great music.
No,
Oh,
Uh,
he just
you-
he wasn't talking.
yeah, because you guys work. That's how conversations work. Capture any of the devils? No, and they didn't send any of their normal forces.
So no prisoners at all of the normal
No,
mortal
and
type.
even if no, sadly not. And unfortunately, there was enough damage done with this attack that I can't afford to sully out and attack their forces to capture
Sally
some. Sally forth. That's the word I was looking for earlier. But yes, we don't. We aren't capable of that type of an attack currently.
Could we assist?
What I really need is a force that can hold the wall while me and my men go out.
I mean, a wind wall? That's gonna last a minute at least. I can cast that a couple of times.
Wind wall
Yeah.
against an assaulting force of 30,000.
I'm not like, come on, I'm just one guy. I'm just trying to help.
That's why I said I needed a force to hold it, not you.
Gotta start somewhere. Um I don't know, could anyone sneak in?
Potentially. That's exactly what Nico was trying to convince me to allow him and his sister to do. But I will not spend my children so recklessly. I'm not a child anymore, Father. You will always be a child in my eyes. That is the burden of being a father.
I mean, with some assistance, I could sneak in.
To
That's
be
probably a bad idea.
honest,
Hello.
I don't
Welcome back.
know you well enough to trust you with that. Nor do I know you well enough to be at peace with sending you to your death if it went poorly.
But do you have other choices?
I might. My mother told me that one of her oldest friends has come back into town most unexpectedly, and he owes her a favor. Perhaps I can enlist his help. His siblings are afraid after what happened to Venator. He doesn't strike me as the kind of person who's really afraid of much. How do you feel about running a message to the High Ward for me?
Sure.
All right. He takes out a piece of paper. He writes
Mhm.
something on that page, folds it up, puts it in an envelope, puts his seal on it. Take this to my mother. The I can't talk. High Lady Misho, head of the Lotus family in the High Ward.
Excellent. Can do.
Out of character, how far is that?
That is so. You guys right now are here.
Yeah.
You're going to here.
Yeah. But the new bridge
New
makes it
bridge
super
makes it easy.
quick.
Yep.
I mean, I can get there relatively quickly if I use some spells. if it's really a rush job.
The sooner the better.
This means I'm gonna be spent for the day, but if I'm not going to the front lines, that should be fine.
They pulled their forces back.
Yeah.
About that time, Abraham. So as Nate takes the letter and is going to take off, Abraham, your intent is to go with him, but then your phone buzzes and you realize you've got a text.
Ooh, people like me.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at
Same
my phone.
person that always likes you. Gobs has
Gobs.
sent you a text.
What does Gobs want?
Need a
Don't sound so
place.
enthusiastic. Jeez.
Need a place that's discreet and immune to scrying to meet somebody.
Hmm.
Green Dragon's Ward.
Mr. Magelin, would you happen to
Yes.
know of any place that would have immunity to scrying?
Yes.
And it's a secret place? I have a friend who needs a secret meeting.
It's not exactly secret, but it is a place that's secure. What's this meeting for?
Information. My friend is needing to meet with somebody secretly.
At the old casino, there's a office in the penthouse suite. I believe it's secured in the way that you're meeting.
Hmm.
It might not be in good shape. It's been a while since someone's been up there, but here, let me write in a pass for you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to go investigate it, that will get you in the door and give you access.
Thank you. We'll share any information that's warranted to give to you, especially if it's related to the Shadowfell, which this may very well be.
Nate,
And this.
I have an important question for you.
Yep.
Do you open the letter and read it?
No.
Okay.
That's not the kind of guy Nate is.
So you do all of that dashing. You're able to get there. Yeah, you're able to get there fairly quickly, maybe 10 minutes tops. And then you're all sweaty when you get there. And the guards just look at you kind of funny. And then when you hold up the letter and they look at the seal, they immediately take you in. When you get in, you know, an older gentleman kind of walks you in and goes, "Oh my, we need to do something about this, don't we?" He steps to a closet, a little cabinet, and opens it, and comes back with a towel, kind of wipes you down, and he sniffs a little bit, and then he goes back to that same cabinet, comes back and sprays you with a magical equivalent of Febreze, and then wipes you
Jeez.
down a little bit more. I suppose that's the best we can do at short notice. And then a few moments later, a very beautiful elven woman in a typical geisha type styled dress comes through a side door and comes in. Goes, "Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I'm Lady Macio."
Good day, miss. Sorry, I'm still catching my breath. I got a missive for you from Mason.
Oh, my boy rarely writes me letters, and she takes it and pulls one of her hairpins out, which is also razor sharp, and uses it to cut the seal and unfolds it. And she goes, Oh my. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Are you up for taking another message?
Uh, yes.
Um,
I just can't be that speedy.
Before you agree, let me be clear of where you'd be going, and we'll pay you for it, obviously. You would be taking a message to a friend of mine in the Red Ghetto.
Oh, okay. Can I see a map real quick? Then I'll be able to find my way. I haven't really been over there yet.
Oh yes, it's just past the hospitals. It's right over here.
Yeah, I've been at the hospitals.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You probably won't be able to miss him. Look for the biggest, angriest, loudest person.
Can do.
Give me a moment. Write this down. So this is for Lord Failtor. And
Oh.
she hands you a letter.
Oh, I've met him. Okay, cool.
Really? And you have both of your arms still? Ah, you must be very good.
Oh, yeah, maybe we can talk about that at some other point.
Yes, he owes me a favor that I believe I'm going to call in. He's his first wife. He couldn't think of what to get her for her anniversary, and he came to me, and I gave him some advice, and so he owes me one.
We resurrected him. Bye.
Yeah.
But yes,
Well,
if you could
last I
take that
saw him,
gentleman.
he ate someone after we resurrected him.
Oh, you were
pretty
involved
interesting.
in his return. Well, then that should make this much easier. I'm sure he won't kill you this time. It makes me
That'd
feel
be
a bit better.
preferable.
He's got a bit of a temper. He overdoes things sometimes. That's why he keeps the clerics usually. Well, he used to keep clerics around to resurrect the people he kills out of anger, but I don't know if he's reinstated that policy since he's been back, because there are several leaders of gangs who he didn't want back, is my understanding. He's only come to visit once since then. That's why, part of the garden is in rough shape. But he's got a good soul. He's just impulse control, not his strongest trait.
Right. He looks cool though, kind of like the posters I had on my walls as a kid.
Yes, he does look quite cool. Is there anything else you'll need for the journey?
A glass of water, please?
Yes, and why don't it does need to be done quickly, but you realize you could just take the monorail, right?
I can what?
Yes, the monorail. It runs from the high ward all the way to the religious ward. Take the green track. And stops right by the hospital.
Fudge nuggets. That's right. I knew about that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to being in a big city.
That's evident. You remind me much of my son when he first came to town.
Huh.
He seemed to be a lot quieter than you, though. Wasn't quite so sweaty.
Oh, sorry. I ran down from, the battleground thing.
Oh, understandable. Yes, I understand that there was a attack this morning.
Yeah.
Was my son and my grandchildren all right?
Oh, they seem to be doing okay. I'm not sure what I should be saying here, so excuse me. I, I guess it would be your granddaughter seems to be slightly hurt, but she's still running around doing stuff.
That sounds like her. Suji, can you get my personal physicians and send them down there, and also see what we can do about discreetly sending food and other resources? Sadly, politics has tied my hands. I can't be being on the city council and all. I can't directly assist in combat, but I'm sure we can find a way to justify humanitarian assistance. As you wish. Young man, let's get you that drink and maybe a few gold pieces to pay for the monorail.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, he gets you something to drink and actually just hands you a bag of gold. It's like, there's also your payment. I believe 500 would be sufficient.
Wow. Sure. Thanks. Right.
Excellent.
The note, the message.
It's in your hand. She gave it to you before you left.
Oh.
I realize you're
Right.
tired, but that's an important message. Don't fail, Lady Misho. If you do, I will find you.
I wouldn't dare fail.
That's a good lad. Now, carry on, carry on.
Yep. Okay. 1, 2, and run.
You're able to make it to the monorail without too much trouble. It's maybe a 30-minute ride because it stops at it's a short stop to the High Arcanum. Then it stops again in the Old Forest, and then you're on the third stop is the one you want to get off of. That puts you out. It stops right here. So right between the brass and gold and silver districts.
Okie dokie. How much is the cost?
It's like 50 silver.
Okie dokie.
All right. What do you do from there?
So I got a quick look at a map.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm heading towards that part and keeping an eye out for Feltor and ears out.
Gotcha. So yeah, you're
I'm
able
sure
to
he's
find.
still busy trying to clean up the whole thing.
Yeah. As you start to get into the area, you hear that deep guttural roar that you've heard once before, and you see the sky light up with flames.
Yep, that's got to be it.
From around the corner. So as you take off in that direction, you come around the corner and you see a whole bunch of people gathered. And there's people handing out like clothes and food. And there's actually a medicine tent there as well. And you see a corpse that is charred and laying on the ground. And you see Feltor in his human form. He's got another person's shirt balled up in his hands. One of the gang members. So you see his leather jacket and whatnot. And this one's an actual dragonborn, a red dragonborn, who's being lifted off of his feet, one-handed. And Felder's like, I've told you, stop trying to shake these people down. They are our people in our neighborhood. We meet their needs. If I have to say it again, I'll kill you, your family, the friends of your family, their families, and their friends of their families' families. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. He thought, we thought, that they should give a donation, right, to help fund all of this. Funding is never the issue. We assert dominance to rule. And he just throws him on the ground and says, get out of my sight. The next person who bothers me with something trivial and stupid dies.
Mr. Feltor! Hey!
He turns and he sees you.
Still running towards him, waving the message.
I know you. Where do I know you from, worm?
Oh, but that's kind of rude. Over by the cathedral thing, you ate that bad guy in front of us after we resurrected you. Anyway, sir, I got a message.
Oh. A message from whom?
Oh, what's her name again? I'm sorry. Maitland's mom. Do you know Maitland?
No.
A real pretty lady. Over in the high ward.
Tell me you're not being that disrespectful of Lady Mayshow.
I, I'm sorry.
He steps up, and you don't remember him being this tall whenever you saw him the first time in his human form. He's close to 12 feet tall, and he just lays his massive hand on your shoulder, and you can feel your shoulder starting to crack almost as he starts to squeeze.
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. She is pretty though.
Yeah, it just comes naturally for some people. What does
You're
the letter
cool.
say?
I don't read other people's letters.
Open it.
Okay.
I don't read Elvish.
Okay.
He can, he just doesn't. Racist.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Do you make this, Nate?
And
Okay,
he tries to open the letter with one hand and
Yeah, you're able to. It is written in Elvish.
and reads aloud.
It simply says, Dearest Feltor, you said if I ever needed anything after I helped you out picking out that wonderful necklace for shown that I could just ask you and you would. My son fights against the usurpers who are trying to attack the Free People's wards. Sadly, none of your siblings will help him, and they've taken great loss today and could use your protection. I don't ask you to go and fight the war for them, just to go protect them for a day or two. Of course. Anything for Meisho. He points to there's like a mom standing there with her two kids waiting in line for food. You're in charge. Make sure everyone's taken care of. And he crunches his hand down on your shoulder again. You're coming with me. I don't know where I'm going. And he jumps, and as he leaps in the air, his
Yes,
form
sir.
shifts to his dragon form, and you're inside of his giant claw, getting slightly burned and singed a little bit because his entire body's just erupts in flames when he does this, as he takes to wing to fly you back to the battlegrounds. Or to the southern wall. Abraham, you're sitting there, looking through your different books, trying to remember more and more about the Shadowfell. As about 45 minutes after Nate left, you start to smell sulfur in Brimfire. And as you look up, you see the gigantic form of Failtor inflamed, flying straight at you guys. And with your
Take a picture with my phone.
Yep, and when you take the picture and you look at it, you notice, oh, Nate's in his hand and screaming and pointing at the ground. And so he swoops down low, and Nate gets dropped. Nate, I need you to give me a acrobatics or athletics check.
I really hope Talah saw this. It's so cool.
Did Talah see that?
No,
Athletics and what?
You're busy saving people. Either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
So you hit and you roll, and you're able to roll to your feet and not just like biff it and get stuck head down in the ground. As he shifts to his normal human form, and as he walks up, the guard goes, "Excuse me, nobody in here without permission." And he just grabs the soldier and just flings him to his right, and that soldier goes sailing over the wall out into the battlegrounds. And the other
I see
soldiers,
that.
yes.
Okay, Vortex Warp. I'm saving that kid.
Oh, nice. So as he's like, thud, and he lands. Question.
Sorry, that's Failtor. Don't piss him off.
And then he just walks in to the command center. So now you've got Soldier who probably wet himself, laying on the ground. Nate is standing about 5 feet from you, Abraham.
Mhm.
I would assume at this point, Othokent and Talah saw a giant dragon because they would have been about exhausted with their healing and whatnot, and came running, or not running, but came that way to see what was going on. So about this time as you're standing up, Nate, that's when Talah walks up next to you
Yeah.
along with Othokent.
Might have heard a mix of Nate screaming and going, "Wee! This is so cool! Ah!"
Are you having
Oh.
fun?
No. That's Failtor. He's coming to help.
Yeah,
Should
yes,
we come in? Run after him?
I do remember him, and I do believe that us being close proximity to whatever situation is going to be created is going to be best in the regards to everyone's health and safety.
How about our own health and safety?
Irrelevant. As Overkent walks off.
Fine.
All right, you guys are
Talah
walking
walks
into the
after.
command room.
Yep.
If only my clothes were fireproof.
So as you guys begin to walk in, you hear Major go, "But you don't understand, Lord Failtor. Your brother attempted to help us, and that's what got him killed. That's why none of your other siblings are willing." "I do not care. They killed my brother. I did not know this. Otherwise, I would have crushed their bones beneath my claws and gnawed on their souls for what they've done. I'm going to destroy them all. Sir, there's 30,000 of them. 30,000 ants do not concern me. Look, great. As you guys walk in, that's what you're hearing. So if you want to interject, you can do so.
Need any
Do I
help?
still have the letter?
Yeah. It's half burnt. Look, I'm sorry, Lord Fato, but you're too valuable to the city to lose you. Venator was taken down in moments. It's not like it was a long drawn out fight. They were prepared. They attacked the city knowing that we had several dragons.
Mr.
No
Pippin,
dragon is like me.
if I may, do any of them know about Feltor being back?
It's somewhat hard not to notice that he's back. Along with his entrance a few moments ago, if they were stupid enough not to notice that, then they wouldn't be a problem.
But would they know
He-
it's him?
I mean, there's a possibility they might know that it's Failtor himself, but they will know that a massive and powerful red dragon is in the city. And now that he's in the Free People's Ward currently, you couldn't miss that entrance.
True,
If
but
you
wouldn't.
were... Oh, sorry, Otho.
I was just about to say, since they already killed one of the major dragons, wouldn't they feel overconfident that they could take on another one? Or at least think in the lines that, oh, we haven't seen one of the others in God knows how long. They're too afraid to show up. And having a man with the chutzpah of the Veiltor here should be able to
Yeah.
do something.
And what if we can convince the other ones?
Well, Marshall has declared her neutrality in this. Bandura's not ever been much of a fighter. Give me a second. You're making me get notes I wasn't prepared to have.
I am both sorry
Silver
and
Dragon's
not
in
sorry
prison.
at the same time.
You think? Whispering to Mr. Grissom, do you think Sinai and Elendoril would help?
No.
Yeah. Abigail's gone. We don't know where she is. Ariok's in prison. Tintrich as would probably join, as he's been arguing from the get-go that the dragon should be involved and do something about this. Lupa, and when he says that name, you see Feltor slam his hand on the table, which shatters it, and goes, "She is not to be consulted or mentioned." Yes, obviously, we couldn't have her involved for obvious reasons. And Mendax, I don't know if anybody knows where Mendax is. Same with Occultatum. He's been gone since Gilgamesh disappeared. Of
Why?
course, the little pup disappears when he's needed.
Why was one of them imprisoned again?
Oh, and you actually see Felter go, "Wait, I haven't heard this myself. What did that piece of scum do for Marshall to turn on him?" Oh, he was on the sly creating a highly addictive narcotic based off of residuum and selling it.
Okay.
Me and my associates exposed that, and he was taken down. I know you say Bandura doesn't fight, but oof, he grabbed a hold of him, and it was something else to see. Really made Bandura angry enough for him to become violent. Didn't think Ariok had it in him.
Well, then, how long is that prison sentence still going?
How about we send the imprisoned one out there? Seems like he deserves to get murdered in the middle of a fight.
He might join him. That kind of morality.
That is true.
Yes, Ariok was always in it for himself.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is a terrible idea or not. I'm just gonna throw it out there. What if we make a deal with him? He helps us and he's free to go, or a lessened sentence, or something.
Huh. Well, the only one who could authorize that would be Marshall.
Right.
I'm assuming that you won't go and talk to your sister? No. Me and her have never seen eye to eye.
I'm more just saying the more dragons, the better, right?
Depends on the dragon. Perhaps. Let me finish getting my troops settled down. Get everybody fed. Let's get the wounded fully comfortable and then indoors. Failtor, if you would be kind enough to keep watch, I'll get all of this situated, and then tomorrow I'll go see Marshall myself and see if she's willing to offer some type of reduced sentence for
Wait,
assistance.
that was actually a good idea?
Good is relative. It's better than watching all my people die. Fought too hard and built too much. Cyntari, your mic is stuck open. Okay, I wasn't sure if you were trying to talk and we just couldn't hear you.
Nope.
But let me... Feltor, if you could give watch while I get my troops situated, and then once they can take over the watch, maybe me and you can go see my mother and sit down, have a nice meal, recover, and then decide the best way. You know Marshall better than the rest of us. You've played that chess match before, I'm sure, and perhaps you can help me go in with a strategy. I understand the two of you spent a great deal of effort healing those that could be saved today. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Just a little sad we couldn't do more.
And remind me of your names.
Talah, sir.
Othokent, follow off Lavender.
Captain, the guard outside steps in. Yes, sir. Can you make sure that word is spread to the guards and all those around that Othokent and Talah are considered friends of the family and allowed to go anywhere that's not vitally restricted, as well as the young man who took off running.
Nathaniel Pippin.
And Mr. Pippin. And then you, wise
I'm Abraham.
sir? Abraham. Yes, make sure that the word's passed around that these are friends and allowed passage and free passage throughout the Free People's Ward. Yes, sir. I'll make sure their names get sent to the missives and guards. Thank you for your time.
Yay, I like being friends.
If there's anything else we can do.
I know she probably didn't let you, but were you able to heal my daughter's arm?
I mean,
I wasn't
still
allowed.
do it, but she kind of pushed us to not do it.
Figured. He takes a piece of paper, writes something on it, does a wax seal. Take this to her, if you would please, Please, I ask, not that I do not appreciate your presence, but the less heads there are for me to have to worry about, the better this evening.
Of course.
So if you could do this and then take your leave, I would hate to see those who did so much good without being asked come to harm.
All right.
Understandable, sir.
Well,
I'm gonna
thank
go
you.
climb on top of a building and hope someone's stupid enough to attack so that I can kill them.
Yeah, let's hope that.
Sounds
so,
fun. He kind of pushes past you guys, and he stops and he looks at you, Talah. You guys get in a lot of trouble. I like that.
Oh, if you like trouble, we're full of it.
You're awful cute. You'd make a good third wife.
Thank you.
Hey, hey.
Thanks.
I've got your scent now. I'll stop by and maybe we'll work something out.
All right. Look forward to seeing you.
I'm not. Nah. And he steps outside and returns back to his dragon form and hops up on the wall and
Talah!
begins pacing and roaring a little bit.
I don't.
You know, Abraham, I'd pay good money to hear him get stumped by you in such a way again. You completely killed him in his tracks. It was quite beautiful, actually.
That was.
I have a way with dragons, as you know.
Oh, yes.
If you could, please go check on my daughter. She's stubborn.
Yes,
Of
let's
course.
go find Adon.
I have plenty of magic and plenty of medicine left. I'll make sure she's healed one way or another.
So it's not hard to find her because she's standing out ordering people around in different directions.
Mm-hmm. Right, well, we have a letter for her. Let's deliver it.
You as you walk up, she's like, "You're in my way," and then you hand her the letter. She goes, "Ugh." She opens it. She goes, "Oh."
Yeah. So hold
She just
still.
holds the arm out. Stupid. Thinks I'm a child.
Don't worry, I got this, Talah.
Okay.
Breaks it even more.
Yeah, you need to. I mean,
He just-
sometimes you need to break it again to put it back in place where it belongs.
He just snaps the arm off and eats it, and he's like, "Yep, can't let it go to waste."
That was good
Fixed.
arm. There
Nom,
you
nom,
go.
nom.
She starts flexing her fingers and takes the sling off. She's like, "All right, fine. He just has to get his way every time. I'm gonna go talk to him about this. He doesn't get to get away with this."
You
And
do
she
also,
begins-
He doesn't get away with loving you? Well, that's a way to think about it.
you do gotta remember that if you look good as a commander, that will inspire more confidence in your soldiers.
Oh my word! You've been spending time with him. I thought you were cool.
I am cool.
Well,
I cast spells.
I mean, we also hung out with Feltor.
Here's a picture. See? You can see Nate screaming.
That's
Thought he was cool.
fantastic. I'm.
Maybe he will want you as a third wife.
Excuse me?
He's
Oh,
looking
that's
for a
right.
third wife. He's already
Yeah.
hitting on the green one here.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, she has a name, not just the green one. All right. I may be upset with what she just said, but that doesn't mean you get to disrespect her.
What? I rode her the other day. I can do whatever I want.
Praising Abraham,
I
dear
turned
Lord.
into a horse first.
Adon, just go to your father and yell at him. We're just trying to put positive spins on things.
Yeah, I'm going to, because you guys are weird. And she walks away.
That is the most accurate statement I've heard all day. You'll offend you guys sometimes.
So it's a little bit past dusk, and you get a text, another text, Abraham, from Gobs.
Mm-hmm.
Meet
Oh,
me
I
at
gotta go
home.
check that thing.
Yeah,
Check
it's
that
like,
room.
hey, did you get a place for us yet?
I text back. Potentially going to check it out. It's at the old casino.
Awesome.
Kicks rocks.
I'm just saying, if she becomes his third wife, she can leave the house and then her father doesn't have to treat her like a child anymore. Right?
Sure.
I mean, that is true in some regard.
So wait, that'd be a half orc, half halfling, half elf, half dragon, part celestial.
That's too many
Half halfling. Oh, and half halfling. Or just
Yeah.
halfling.
That sure is
Quarterly.
weird soup. Not quarterly. So, shall we get something to eat on? Bring something to eat on the way. Go past someone, bring something for Gobs as well.
Sounds
Sure.
good.
Are you gonna run by the casino first?
Yes.
I also had a question,
Okay.
although I got distracted. So, guys, what was that about a dragon that no one knows where is?
I don't know,
Who
really.
was that? You don't think that's like the parent of, you know?
If we know.
Lily.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know.
From what
Depends
I
on the
understand.
color.
You can do history checks.
It was just a random thought when I heard that. I don't think it is, but it was just like a huh.
History checks from everybody else.
Sure.
So Otho,
Mhm.
you would have read about this. Occultatum, because you know, I would say Abraham would probably know this as well. So Occultatum was known as Occultatum the Hidden. He was the right-hand servant of Gilgamesh, and he was a copper dragon. So there are only two ancient dragons that worked hand in hand with Gilgamesh, and that was Occultatum and Venator. Venator being the ancient white dragon who was the dragon who first engaged the army that sits outside that's sieging the city and was consequently killed by them. Occultatum, nobody really knew where he was beforehand, but it is even the rumors of him appearing in places has disappeared since Gilgamesh's disappearance 50 years ago. Also, Abraham, with your knowledge, you know that a copper dragon couldn't be Lily's father.
No, I know that. Like that's what I was trying to say. I was thinking nobody heard me, but I said like it really depends on their color.
Well, from what I know, the one that is disappeared wouldn't be able to be her father, as far as I know.
No, she's a Dream Dragon. Copper dragons are metallic, so it's a completely different line of dragonage.
But still, quite a lot of dragons. And this red one is very interesting in his approach to everything.
So yeah, you're easily able to find the casino. It's by far the largest building in the whole district. It does have guards around it, but with your missive that was given to you by goodness, I've got too many characters' names in my brain today. By Magellan, they let you in without a problem.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and then it's not difficult to find the elevators, which still work, and to hit the button to go up to the penthouse. And it doesn't, again, not too much of an effort to find the meeting room in question. So now that you're in there, Abraham, what are you going to do to determine if it's scrying proof?
I don't have the spell prepared to test.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Read your spell book and check.
I did. Like prepared, like wizard prepared.
Have Abraham read his spell book to check.
Okay. Abraham reads the spell book to check.
Roll an Arcana check. You know, you're not really sure how, because you know you didn't prepare that spell, but it's there.
Scry is?
That's right.
Or Arcane? Oh, actually, I have Arcane Eye.
Arcane Eye is there.
Well, I mean, I have it. It's just not prepared.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, guess I'll just
Lot
move this
armor.
spell over here.
No,
To there.
and no, it's there because you need it to be.
Okay.
And-
Well, I stand outside.
Which Abraham, you're like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
I didn't prepare it,
No.
but I looked through the book trying to make sure. I was like, I didn't prepare that, but you did, but you didn't.
But I didn't. It did. I step outside the room and I cast Arcane Eye and I try to send it into the room.
It dissipates. It does not work in the room.
Okay. So it seems like it works. I could not observe inside the room remotely.
It's literally as soon as you cross the threshold into the room.
All right. Seems to
There's
work.
that's something else that you do notice that, and after you do that and you step in, you do notice there's very interesting decorative carpet. To everybody else, just looks really neat, but when you look at it, you go, "Oh, yeah, the arcane lattice work. It's in the carpet."
All right. Yeah, she seems to be especially prepared. You know, I'll send the relevant information to Gobx.
Awesome. Let's meet
Right,
at
so
home.
I'll go. Yeah.
She goes, I'll meet you guys back at the apartment. We've got a date tomorrow.
Ooh, I'm just getting so much interest these days.
So many suitors. How will I ever choose?
So much action.
So yeah, you guys are able to get food just fine. On the way home, you guys actually get there before Gobs.
On the
it's
way
prob-
home, Talah's
Mhm.
gonna tell Otho that there's a surprise in his room.
Big fat
Oh.
dump.
Why, thank you,
Awesome.
Talah.
Look, it's Talah, not Amber Heard.
I mean, it's Talah. She turns into a horse and then takes a dump and then walks out. That's the Talah.
Nice, warm, steamy.
manure dump.
Or a
No,
cow. That works too.
I was gonna say no. What you should do is do it as a lion because carnivore poop is even worse smelling, from my understanding.
Ugh. I don't know.
Just, I don't know, cat poop's
Either
pretty
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
arsenic.
bad.
Awesome. So
Yes.
you guys are able to get home just fine. It's probably about an hour after you guys get home that Gobs steps in the door, shuts it behind her, looks at you guys with kind of a like I can't believe this, like shocked kind of look on her face, like, oh, we've got to talk. And that's where we're going to end our session for this week.
Otho's not gonna find his present?
He can find it the next time when he goes to bed.
Fine.
Then we'll just be building anticipation, you know?
Yep.
Fine.
But yeah, so unfortunately we were short dock this week, so that's why Gobs was absent. Next week we will be short a Nari, so Talah will not be present. She's gonna get a phone call from a certain little girl dragon who's going to need her mother's attention.
So she's not present for her present.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice sound scream.
Hey, you know what? You know what? If I had some type of program I could have used to plan out things better, maybe that would have allowed me to get there in the proper amount of time. And with that, we will see you guys all next week. Thank you all very much. As always,
Excellent
have
session.
a great week.
Everyone,
And
put your favorite and your least favorite things in an Excel sheet and send it to Soundscream, and then he can, gauge inventory on what things we should do more of, what things we should do less of.
He loves
all
looking
of
at
that
spreadsheets.
Vi ses
Ja.
næste gang!
I'm leaving.
Tot de volgende
Bye.
keer.